Leaders need a common map to confidently lead their organization into an AI future. Leaders across many industries are anxious about generative AI, but they must start somewhere. AI appears poised to profoundly transform business, much like software and the internet did 30 years ago. Companies that leverage these technologies well by adapting or creating new business models grew exponentially faster than those that failed to adapt. Today, leaders want to be proactive and strategic in leveraging this transformational technology. Simply jumping into AI without a plan is not wise. Leaders should have organized conversations with people so everyone is on the same page. There is no one-size-fits-all approach to implementing AI. Each company has unique needs and challenges that require tailored solutions. But it's crucial for each company to start from the same map, agree on the destination, and then focus on the journey to get there. Without that common map, different areas will scatter in different directions without even realizing it, because there is no map. The map provides a shared mechanism to guide discussions. The map is critical to increasing our chances of success. Let's talk about the major steps in this journey. First, we need to understand the AI landscape. Educate ourselves in AI, explore business cases, quantify value, understand constraints on our data and systems, account for legal and regulatory constraints, get insights into how people feel about AI, and a lot more. The subsequent steps are analysis, identifying and prioritizing projects, implementing, deploying, learning, adapting, and iterating. In this video, I'll dive deeper into the AI landscape step. This step is crucial, and if we don't get this part right, we could end up spending years getting out of the mess we create. Every organization is different. What works for one may not work for the other. So, there is no one formula that will work for companies even in the same industry. This is great because even if there was one, then AI will be an equalizer and not a competitive differentiator. We want AI to be a competitive differentiator. Let's consider a few factors that might affect how you use AI in your enterprise. One is risk tolerance. Is your organization more open to risk and experimentation, or is it risk averse? Depending on that, you might want to be a fast follower or an early adopter. Another factor is skill set. If you're not in the technology business, you might have to build AI expertise, even without knowing where this could lead. Yet another is your technology strategy. Are you on a cloud journey, in which case the way you introduce AI will be different than if you operate mostly on-prem? And then there is culture, build versus buy philosophy, small versus big company, and a few more. For each of these factors, you need a clear description of what it means. For example, if you have a factor called data, you need to be clear on what that means to the people. Is it data security or data availability? Ignoring specific department needs for the moment, we can draw a curve to represent where the enterprise stands along each of these factors. Likewise, each factor should be clearly described. That's it. You have a basic map that shows the different factors of interest, and you have clear descriptions for each. Using this, you can start having conversations and collaborating with leadership and stakeholders. You can then seek consensus as to where your organization stands along each of these factors. That in turn will get everyone reading from the same map. For example, you might start to list out all possible projects that your organization is considering, and then use these factors as guidelines to discuss each. Working through the enterprise projects together and from a common map will help to drive and fund projects holistically which optimizes the organizational direction on AI. That clarity through a common framework sets the stage for future work in AI. So far, we have looked inside out. We should also look outside in because that influences how your AI strategy might change. For example, there are many models to build and deploy generative AI. At one end of the spectrum is where generative AI is embedded in applications and people get access to these by virtue of using the application. Microsoft Copilot to create slides is one example. On the other end of the spectrum, the organization might decide to build their own foundational model, which requires a lot of computing power, lot of data, and deep and broad skill set. Some large financial firms like Morgan Stanley are taking this route. And then there are options in between, such as leveraging APIs, using prompt engineering to get better data from existing models, or fine-tuning foundational models with your own data. Essentially, there are multiple factors to consider when introducing AI. The starting point is always a common mental model or a map, so all stakeholders are aligned. The map I shared in this video is just but one. We could develop many other tools for communication. If you enjoyed watching this video, please share it with a friend and consider subscribing. For a one-page visual summary of this video, please subscribe to my mailing list. Thank you.